Hi everyone, welcome to depression-youarenot-alone.com. Today it's only John and me, right?
Yeah, you get a vacation from Shannon.
You want to say hello?
No.
So Shannon's mom is not doing well, so Shannon had to go out of state to go spend time with her mom and her dad as well. So if you want to put in a comment wishing good thoughts, whatever, you could leave a comment, give Shannon some support, because this is a difficult time. And believe me, it does carry weight when someone takes a minute out of their day to make a positive comment, leave a positive comment. It is a nice thing to do if you'd like to. Today we're going to talk about the panic attacks again. Our last episode was about panic attacks. We're going to have a follow-up on that because we received some emails, some folks asking questions.
Yeah, normally we don't talk about the questions, but we're going to be doing this on a regular basis.
Yeah, here and there when we get people asking questions.
Right. Or even comments.
Or comments. Yeah. And please, always positive, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, what have you got there?
Well, we can talk a little bit about the website, because a lot of people probably don't have a clue, which is fine. But we post. It's not just about depression. And
well, the website is www.depression-youarenot-alone.com.
And the link will be below the video.
And we have people from all over the world daily go to that website. And John will tell you why, because the website is not just about depression.
No. We even have our own social media community that people can join. It doesn't cost anything. It's something to do. You can meet friends, make friends, post videos, talk about whatever you want to talk about. We also have some fact sheets on certain mental disorders that are on the website every day. On Tuesday, on every day, we do a Today in History, which is it has nothing to do, but it's interesting. And then we also do health news every day, and we've got other
a sports link.
That you have to go into. What is it? We have sports, but that's in the.
It's in the header.
Today's headlines. Yeah, sports news. It's in the header.
Sports news. We also have today's headlines with world news.
Right.
All you have to do is just click on it, and then you can read the article. It's free. It doesn't.
We also have a health news feed.
Yeah, you get health news too, and that health news is not about depression. It's about all kinds of things.
Right.
Health
health. On Saturday we have Dog Day Saturday, which we discussed. Each day is for a certain dog breed. On Wednesdays we do Cat Wednesday, which
and on Sundays we do recipes.
We do recipe Sundays.
So just to get the point across that it's very diverse. It's about all kinds of things that can interest you. Again, it's not all about depression. It's not all about mental health either.
Right.
Other mental illness. It's other things.
We do have Mental Health Friday, which every Friday is a different mental condition.
Different condition.
And
explaining what it is.
What it is.
So people, sometimes if you have someone struggling, you can go through it, read it, and it could be someone in your family or someone or someone tells you, hey, I just got diagnosed with this or that, and you can understand what it is. And then you can go back to older articles as well. But these are posted new articles every day. All right, so let's get into the panic attack so we don't run out of time.
So I mentioned we have Musical Monday.
Oh, we have Musical Monday too.
Which is music from different countries.
Yeah, music from a different country every week.
And we also have Thursday's Travels, which is a different country every week.
Country every week as well. In alphabetical order, so.
In alphabetical order, exactly.
All right, well, let's get into this, or we're not going to have.
Yeah, let's get into this. So we've got.
So what's the first question?
We've got
These
four.
Are questions that I'm going to answer. I can only do this, folks. I'm going to tell you my experience based on the question and answer honestly, but what I experienced. Now, what I experienced doesn't mean it's everybody. So,
exactly,
it's not everyone.
Anyway, I'm taking the the top 4 on the list. I'm not going to go through all of them, but just the top 4 on the list.
Okay, go.
This is from Robert K. I don't know where he's from. When you had a panic attack, did taking the medication have an immediate effect? Did just knowing you took it help the attack subside? That's a good question.
It's actually a great question. So, okay, so in other words, I guess Robert, you're asking if I felt immediately better just by knowing I took my Klonopin, for example, for a panic attack, right? That's the question.
Yeah, that's basically the question.
So, for me, the answer is no. No, it didn't work that way. If I had a panic attack, I'd take my medication for the panic attack, and I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't 60 seconds. No, it took maybe 10, 11 minutes to start to feel better. By 15 minutes later, it's really started to relax me, calm me down, and then 20 minutes later, I was, completely settled down and the panic attack would be gone. If I didn't need to take a second pill,
Yeah.
if I needed to take a second pill, it could be 15, 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, I still don't feel good. It's still not as intense, but it won't go away. I might have to take a second pill. That second pill then, yes, that would be quicker, but it still wouldn't be immediate. It would take, in other words, I guess the answer here for me was no, the medication needed to do its job.
Yeah,
There's no
obviously, yeah.
mentally here in my mind that, oh, I took the pill, so I am automatically feeling better. No, the medication had to actually work to do the job, or else, I wish it was that quick. And sometimes sometimes that 10, 15 minutes was miserable. No, it didn't mean I was having a panic attack for 15 minutes and all of a sudden it was gone 15 minutes later. No, you do start to feel a little better. You know what I mean? A little better.
Oh, yeah, a little better, a little bit by
before
bit,
you
yeah.
really feel like, oh, okay, now, okay. So I hope, for Robert, I hope that answers the question. And again, I can't say this, I can't speak for everyone because that's not the case with everyone.
Right.
All right, you have another one?
Yeah, the second one is, this isn't a bad one either. Did you notice certain triggers such as location, time of day, etc.? That's Sandy P. from Long Island.
Oh yeah, and I've talked to a lot of people with panic attacks that for them certain things, certain places they were, do trigger panic attacks. For me, no. It would happen randomly anywhere. And what was it? What was the question? You repeat the question?
Did you notice certain triggers such as location, time of day, etc.?
And this is Sandy?
Sandy P.
Sandy, no, it could be at any time. Anytime, anywhere. I'll even tell you this, the first panic attack I ever had, I didn't know what a panic attack was my little girl's birthday party when she was a real little girl. We had a party at the house, children playing, everybody's happy, and I start to sweat, I start to get dizzy, my chest got tight. You know what that means, right? What I thought. I'm sure people know. I thought I was having a heart attack because I had never had a panic attack before that. I had depression before that, but I never had a panic attack. We called 911 and they came and they took me to the hospital. I thought it was a heart attack. Never experienced anything like it before. I mean, that's your first thought, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I went to the hospital a second time with a panic attack. And then after that, with panic attacks, I wasn't going to the hospital anymore because I can't go to the hospital. They keep telling me, it's the panic attack,
Right.
So, dealing with these things, experience, you start to realize what it is, what to do, what works for you, what doesn't work. Now, stressful situations, yeah, that would give me of course.
Yeah.
I'm not saying if I was in a stressful situation doesn't mean I wouldn't have a panic attack. Yes, I could. But I could also be, back then, I could be sitting in a car on the way someplace, on the way to going somewhere that I want to go to. I'm in a good mood and have a panic attack.
Right.
Or I could be watching TV and have a panic attack. For me, especially when it's panic attacks were at their peak for me.
Yeah.
Anytime, anywhere, time of day, doesn't matter. I did do this though, I will say, I did do away with caffeine for 3 or 4 years, I think it was, which was very difficult for me to do away with caffeine.
Well, caffeine.
Sodas, I don't care about sodas. I'm not a big soda person. It was that morning coffee that that was difficult for me to do away with. So Sandy, I hope I hope that was helpful. But yeah, no. For me, it was random anytime, anywhere, any time of day, doesn't matter.
Okay. The third one, this is from Sue C. Doesn't say where she's from. Would panic attacks hit you when you were in stressful situations only?
Oh, actually, I think
I think you just
I'm going to sound
mentioned it.
redundant here, but yeah, I mean, no. No, as I mentioned for the other person who left a question, no, I would have a panic attack, like I said, anywhere. I could be sitting at the beach, relaxed, looking at the ocean, and have a panic attack. Now, of course, you don't want to put yourself in stressful situations, because, yes, it was worse in stressful situations. If I'm in a stressful situation, yes, the chance of having a panic attack were higher, but I would also have them randomly. Like I said, the first one I had was at my daughter's birthday party. It was a beautiful day, kids playing, everybody's happy, I was happy, and I had my first panic attack. So, I hope that answers,
And we got one more from Debbie from New York. How would you feel after a panic attack subsided?
How would I feel after a panic attack subsided?
I would probably feel a hell of a lot better. I never had one.
In the beginning, absolutely terrified, having panic attacks, right? And then, when I would take my medication for the panic attack, like I said, it didn't take 60 seconds. It takes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, that 10, 12 minutes in the beginning for me felt like an hour.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Now, with experience, I realized, okay, I gotta try to distract my mind. I gotta maybe go for a walk. For me, visuals too are important. Looking at the birds, looking at this, looking at that, a visual of something else. Not sitting there staring at the ceiling or the wall, because it's a horrible feeling. So the question is how I would feel after it subsided?
Yeah.
After it subsided?
Well, after panic subsided.
Feeling of relief that, oh, God, it's over. I'm okay now, it's over. And I typically did not have another panic attack the same day because I had the medication in me. Plus, I had medication I took every day.
Right.
So if I took the Klonopin, typically I would not later on have another one. So I got to see that pattern that usually it's that massive one. And then I would be relaxed, but I don't remember if I said this in the last podcast we did about panic attacks. Like if I had a Klonopin right now, I don't have anxiety, I'm fine, I feel fine. If I took one right now, yeah, I would be tired, I'd be sleepy,
Yeah.
But if I had a massive panic attack and took a Klonopin, the drop in energy is totally different. I mean, I would be wiped out, drained, which, you're okay with because panic attack, feeling tired and drained, where you can lay down and relax. Yeah, you want to go with the relaxed part, right?
Yeah.
Anything but the panic attack. Because it's horrible, but so that's how I would feel. I'd feel, like I couldn't do much of anything. I wasn't going to read anything or do anything like that because short-term memory would be gone, So I'm not going to read a book because I wouldn't absorb anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't remember it the next day, what I read. So I typically would just try to watch a TV program or listen to music with my headphones on because I felt relaxed, tired, and most of the times what I would do is I'd end up falling asleep pretty early. The problem is the next morning, oftentimes, depending on this, when I had a panic attack. So if I had it first thing in the morning, it's one thing, but if I had a panic attack in the evening and took my medication in the evening, right, the next day I'd be hungover from it. I'd be tired, low energy, because the panic attacks are draining. They drain you, at least for me, drained me. They're miserable. For anyone who has them, don't feel like you're weak because you're afraid of them. No, they're terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I think for those that have them, who've had them over a course of time, like I did, know what they are at some point, right?
They should.
Know what
yeah.
they are. But in the beginning, when you have that first one, wow, talk about scary. It's very scary. It's a terrible feeling. It really is terrible. But don't ever feel like, oh, am I weak, or am I a weakling, or a fraidy cat, whatever. No, no one wants this. I wouldn't wish panic attacks on anybody. They're terrible. Like anxiety is, even just anxiety. You're anxious.
Even that, yeah.
Anxiety is terrible. It's terrible. But I do suggest this, you have to see your doctor. If you need medication, of course you need medication. If you need medication, you got to take it. You can't suffer. Right?
Yeah.
You can't suffer, man. And it doesn't mean you're going to be on medication your whole life, because that's a fear that some people have. Oh, great, I got to take this rest of my life. Listen, I was on, like 7 medications at one point. I'm not on any. It just takes time. But you can't suffer. You have a family, you have a life, you have a job, you want to live. And those panic attacks, just like depression, like anything else, just take that away from you. So we got to do what we got to do, get therapy, whatever, find out the cause, your situation may be different than mine, and you find out what it is, and get help. You can't live like that. Is that it? The questions?
That's it for questions. Just
So you can contact us through the website?
through the website, just contact us.
Click on contact us if you
questions,
want.
if a message, let us know if you want to reply, which is important too.
Yeah, and you can leave
Otherwise,
a comment too on the YouTube video.
Yeah,
You can leave a
exactly.
comment as well, and please don't forget about Shannon, because she's going through family is a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's a difficult.
One important thing too, though, when you contact us, no advertising.
Yeah, we don't need
very important. We don't need
advertising.
advertising.
We don't need that. But if you want to share your experience or any other questions,
Yeah, questions, comments.
and again, I want to make this very clear. I cannot answer questions that apply to everybody. It just doesn't work that way. I can only say what I went through. But I can say this to everybody. If you're battling panic attacks, well, hopefully, you've already gotten help.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully you've already gotten help, because you probably ended up in a hospital or somewhere because you thought you were having a heart attack like me.
Yeah.
Or if you're having anxiety, get medication because you could have anxiety, and that anxiety could then turn into panic attacks later on.
Exactly.
I went from not anxiety, I went to full-blown panic attack. Didn't know what it was. And then from that day, boom, it was panic attacks. Never had them before. Just came into the blue, just like that.
Yeah.
You said I had depression, and depression and anxiety, a lot of people know, go hand in hand. And even panic attacks.
Yeah.
Had depression, but didn't have panic attacks before that day. It was like terrifying. I thought I wasn't going to see my kids anymore. That's how bad it was. And it was at my house at a birthday party, child's birthday party, my daughter. So you never know.
No, you really don't.
So, but the website, go ahead, and you have some more stuff to say about the website, because we really, you can get so much information from our website that's, again,
Well, we got-
not just depression.
We got a section with games.
Oh, that's right. Sudoku and crossword puzzles.
I like to do the crosswords.
I do too, but then I always get stuck on something. I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm not figuring that one out.
We got a lifestyle section there on the top.
And you can follow us on Twitter as well.
We've got today's headlines, sports news, health news feed.
So you can, and today's headlines is current news
Yeah.
from around the world. So whatever's happening around the world, you'll get articles on that from different sources.
Right.
Different sources. If you like animals, we have articles on dogs, cats, on breeds we do every week, different breeds. But we've had other articles too about, how to do this.
General pet stuff,
information about pets. Information is important. We're not providing that information on our website to cure you, but information is always helpful.
Well, on the website, the right-hand side of the website, we do have a link to findtreatment.gov.
Yeah. And the suicide.
And the suicide and the veteran crisis line.
Yeah, the suicide crisis line and the veterans crisis line.
Right, but the
Which is,
findtreatment.gov,
and the suicide,
suicide crisis and lifeline,
and the number is
888-988.
988.
988.
And for veterans, you
988, and then you press 1.
press 1.
The findtreatment.gov, all you do is put in your, you're gonna, city, zip code or whatever, and it goes straight to them, and they'll find, it's for mental health treatment and substance abuse.
Yeah, and that's
So it's a way to find treatment.
You know, just to help people out. You click on it, it's not us.
Yeah, you put your address on it,
Yeah.
or your city or your zip code, and it goes right.
Yeah, and it'll help
And they'll
you,
give you a list of what's available.
help hook you up with help.
Right.
So we're trying, right?
Yeah.
We're trying. We try to provide as much information as we can. We also want people to be entertained, because
Oh, we also have Sunday's jokes.
to get off panic attacks and get to depression just for 1 second, it's, you know, depression can't be just thinking of depression and talking about just depression. You have to have a life.
Yeah.
We have to entertain ourselves. We're big here on music. We love music. We're inside today. We've always said, we typically do these outside. And we always say we do them outside because we also want to lead by example. Because we keep telling everyone, because I know how this is, because I lived it, went through it. When you have depression, sometimes you can't get out of your room. You can't get out of your house. You're staring at a ceiling.
We also have Tuesday's quotes.
Okay, you're cutting me off here.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You can't be just staring at a ceiling or staring at a wall or a TV that's not even on. That's why we go outside all the time. But John and I were sitting outside drinking our lemonade before we did this. We couldn't do it. It's just too hot.
No, there's no way.
Unbearable. We couldn't do it. We have a heat advisory where we are. It's just too hot. What were you saying?
We got Sunday's jokes, Recipe Sunday.
Yeah, we've gotten feedback too. A lot of people like the recipes.
Yeah.
Shannon and I have tried a few.
And that stays.
Some are pretty good, yeah.
Some things like Sunday's jokes, they only last for a week.
Yeah.
Same thing with the music and travel, they only last for a week.
But, but if you like to cook or you want to try it or you want to get back to it,
Yeah, they've got some
we have
interesting recipes.
new recipes every week.
Yeah.
Every week. So see, again, it's not just about mental illness, because we have a life. We have our lives, right? Doing other things. And we have to do those other things. Even with panic attacks. We can't sit around thinking, oh my God, am I going to get a panic attack? Am I going to get a panic attack? Guess what? Yeah, you're going to get a panic attack.
Yeah.
Right? That's what happened. That happened with me, especially towards the beginning. Am I going to get one? I feel fine now, but am I going to get one? Am I going to get one? Yeah, now I got one. I talked myself into it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Distracting your mind, thinking of other things you enjoy, things like that, is much better than talking yourself into a panic attack, because I did it. I did it. It was a mistake. But I learned from it. That's why I'm telling others, try to distract your mind. Try to enjoy things. Because if you also have depression is trying to take those things away from you. And it will, if you allow it. I know that. And a lot of people know that. Many, many people know that. So what else you got?
That's basically it for now.
So remember, folks, it's www.depression-youarenotalone.com. And we have people from all over the world go to that website every day.
We'll have a link below the video and the contact link below the video.
But we're saying this too, if you want to contact us, you can contact us. And all right, so listen, thanks so much for tuning in. From John, Shannon, who fortunately couldn't be here today, and Lou, thanks a lot, and take care and be well, everyone. And give us a thumbs up and subscribe, please. We appreciate the support. Bye-bye.